Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Mamma Mia. That's right, your favorite gay rom-com, even though supposedly there's only one gay guy in it. All the guys in this movie are gay. Okay, every single one of them. There's not one straight dick in this entire movie. All right, and that's the truth. That's the truth. All right. No, this movie it's clustered into the rom-com category, but is it really a rom-com? Okay, because there's really no comedy in this thing, and the romance. I mean, is there really a romance here? I mean, it's pretty one-sided. Usually romances are two-sided. Okay, there's one person and then there's another person, and they're different, but they also have similarities. And when they both find a way to make each other happy, they get together, okay? That's how a romance works, okay? There's the initial attraction, the separation, and they get back together because the things that they love about each other are more powerful than the things that they don't like about each other. You see what I mean? That's how a romance works, okay? Well, there's none of that shit here. Everything is one-sided in this movie, okay? Obviously, it was written by feminists. Pretty much all rom-coms are. There's no straight guys allowed to write these movies or make these movies because it'd be too realistic, okay? And that would kind of like pop your bubble. It would burst the fantasy that so many women have when they watch these movies, okay? The fantasy, it's a power fantasy, okay? Women want everything to go their way, okay? They want everything to happen the way they want it to happen, like, which is fine. I mean, we're talking about fiction here. Of course it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, okay. I love reading fantasy myself, okay. But the difference is, you know, that these movies are supposed to take place in the real world, and when you apply fantasy to the real world, it doesn't quite fit. You know, the men don't act like they do in the rom-coms, okay. The gay guys in your life don't act the way they act like in the rom-coms. Your friends don't act the way they act like in the rom-coms in real life, okay. The choices you make don't get the same results that the women in the rom-coms get, okay? That's the truth, okay? That's the honest to God truth, okay? And the problem that I have with this is that a lot of people, it's like a faux relationship, okay? There's women that date a lot of men, and then there's women that watch a lot of rom-coms, okay? What do you think the difference is between these two? Yes, you can clearly see it. I just told you this, and already you can picture the difference in your mind, right? Am I right? Okay? People that get that, they get their needs met by watching rom-coms or reading romance novels, that kind of stuff, the shit that girls do, right? They don't necessarily live in reality. See what I mean? It's like the difference between a guy who watches a lot of porn and a guy who actually goes out there and fucks a lot of girls, okay? There's a difference, okay? And it's not just how they look either, all right? The difference is one is in the real world, living a fantasy life, but in the real world, and the other one is just living a fantasy life. You see what I mean? That's the difference, okay? And I think the problem I have with these rom-coms that I review here on this channel is a lot of them give you this false idea of what reality is. I mean, let's face it, it's a rom-com. You're not going to see superheroes flying around. There's no Death Star to get blown up, okay? There's no, there's no, laser blasters firing at each other, okay? There's no alien invasions, nothing like that, okay? Because the rom-com is supposed to supposedly take place in the real world. Now, this is obviously a musical, so you know everyone's going to stop what they're doing and break out and singing and dancing. We already know that. You knew that going in, which doesn't happen in real life, okay? Because it's based on a play, okay, on a Broadway show, a musical, all right? But even knowing that, okay, this is supposed to be set in the real world, okay? Like people wrote this, okay? They wrote this. Now, I do understand that there is a level of that the best movies, okay, that you turn off your brain. You're so invested in the movie that you're not thinking about the little things, okay? Because you're so invested in the main story that the details don't matter. And that's fine, okay, if that's what you want. But for me to enjoy this movie, the details have to matter. I'm not just looking at the main story. I'm not, unlike most of you women out there, let's face it, most of you are emotional, Okay, you're more attracted to the emotional side of the story than you are with the factual side of the story. Okay, you're into the your characters that you relate to or experience the emotion, you're experiencing it too, and that's the most important thing for you to watch this movie. Now, I enjoy that as well. I like to get caught up into the emotions that the characters are feeling as well. Okay, it makes me forget that I'm watching a movie because I'm so caught up into the drama. I'm so caught up into the excitement of the action, the tension, whatever's going on in the movie, right? But I can't watch this movie. I tried doing that, but I cannot watch this movie without noticing things don't make sense. And once you start doing that, it's hard to break that spell and get you back invested into the story. You see what I mean? And that's the problem I have with Mamma Mia. Okay, is I keep being reminded, this movie keeps reminding me that this is all bullshit. That this was not written by, like, you know, anyone that understands how heterosexual relationships work. It's not just boy meets girl and they have sex. There's a little bit more to it than that. Okay, that's porn. Okay, this isn't porn. This is a rom-com. Okay, so the flirtation is the star. The way the way the man seduces the woman in the movie, that's what women want to see. They want to see that. Because if the character can seduce the woman in the story, she can seduce the woman watching the story too. You see what I mean? So that takes precedent in these movies, okay? Women want to be seduced. They want to be seduced by the wealthy, charming, handsome, tall, well-hung, square-jawed, ripped-abs guy, okay? They want to be seduced by that guy in the movie, okay? So there's a woman in the movie who's the proxy for the audience, okay? And if that woman in the movie can get seduced by that guy, then the audience gets seduced by him too, okay? And then you get caught up in the feelings and the emotions and all that. That's where it all comes from. Okay, same thing that singers do, that crooners do that. When someone like, you know, Justin Bieber or Harry Styles or some idiot like that, because they're still about love, the women are getting wet because in their mind, they already know, in the back of my mind, they already know this guy is good looking or else he wouldn't be a pop star. No offense, but I mean, they got to be thin too, and they got to have handsome features and shit. But he's also wealthy, he's successful, and he's a super high social status. So that's already there. Okay, all that stuff that women look for in a guy, he's already covered all that. He's already checked off all those boxes. Now he's just singing about love. So since all those check boxes, since all those boxes have already been checked, the girl just has to enjoy him praise. Imagine that he's singing to her about how much he loves her and he'll never hurt her and he'll never leave her and he's incomplete without her. I'm nothing without you. You know, all that kind of crap, okay? The women, the girls, teenage girls, all that kind of shit, they get seduced by that shit. They get all fucking wet and fantasize about fucking this guy. Meanwhile, he's gonna leave. He's gonna go fuck a lot of women that are a lot fucking bigger tits and a lot hotter than you are. In real life, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, but girls don't want to think about that part. All right, they want to think they're singing to her. Okay, you see what I mean? And that's the thing about these rom-coms. I think about this female movies and media in general. Okay, is that they got to project that. They got to get that right. So that's the most important thing of the movie is the feelings. Are you feeling the emotions that Meryl Streep is feeling in this movie? Are you feeling the emotions that what's her name? That Sophie's character, okay, is feeling in this movie? Are you feeling those emotions, okay, as they're experiencing them in the movie, okay? If you are, then the movie's doing its job. Basically what it comes down to, okay? If that character's feeling it and you're feeling it, the movie's done, okay? They've done their job. I need a little bit more than that. It's not enough for that. That's not enough for me. I need to know that point A, that 1 + 1 still equals 2, even in a fucking rom-com. Okay? And there's so much in here, so many plot holes in this thing. And the biggest one that I have is the same problem I have with most of these. If you've watched this channel, I've reviewed a lot of fucking chick flicks. Okay? Okay, I've also reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. This movie reminds me so much of Sex and the City. It's such crap. And now, I enjoy Sex and the City, but it was crap. It wasn't realistic at all. Okay, I also enjoyed Avengers: Age of Ultron. Okay, and that was also crap. And I'm the first one to admit it, but it was enjoyable. It was exciting. Okay, that's what I mean. I checked my brain in at the door. I knew what I was going to get when I walked in there. I didn't walk out of there, you know, thinking this was going to happen to me in real life. And that's the biggest difference I have with these chick flicks and with, other movies that I enjoy, okay? When it's a guy movie, we know it's bullshit. Okay, we know it's bullshit, okay? When women watch this shit, they walk out of the theater thinking it's going to happen to them too. Okay, you see what I mean? That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem I have. Okay, and the fact that so many women and gay guys, it's a gay movie. It's mostly for gay guys. I mean, there are women, yeah, old women too. It's for old women and gay guys. Okay, but even then, you're still human beings, right? Even if you're an old lady, you're still a human being. Even if you're a gay guy, you're still a human being. You have brains. You can think, right? Why can't you think your way out of this? Okay, there's so many plot holes in this thing. It makes no sense. Okay, obviously, and the biggest one I have, like I said, with all rom-coms, all chick flicks, is the men don't act like men. There's no men in this movie. They're all gay. Even the ones that are straight are gay. Not relatable to me. I can't understand. Just put one fucking straight guy in the goddamn movie. That's all I'm asking for. Have one guy act like a fucking man in this movie. The only way that so much of these circumstances just magically happen, all these magical coincidences just keep happening, and the only reason the plot keeps moving towards the direction it wants to go, okay, is because the men aren't acting like men. They're just letting everything happen. Not just with the characters, but to themselves too. A guy gets a letter from a girl he fucked 21 years ago, and he's immediately rushing to the airport to get to the island. With and no one's thinking about, well, what kind of life does he have right now? Is he married right now? Does he have kids? Does he have the type of job where he can just get up and leave whenever the fuck he wants to? None of that's being considered here. All three of these men, they're just, doing nothing with their lives. When all of a sudden they get this letter from an old fuck buddy. Hey, we need you to get over here for this wedding right now. And they stop everything they're doing and go. That's not realistic. It's not realistic. The fact that none of them actually called first or sent an email or something. I mean, I know this movie takes place in the year 2000, but their email was a thing in the year 2000. Hey, what's this with this letter I just got? Why do I have to be there? None of that happened. Nobody called. Hey, I just got this letter in the mail from you saying that I needed to be at a wedding why? Who are you? Who is this? That kind of thing. Nobody did that. Okay? And yet all men showed up at the same time. That's not realistic. I know why they did it, to move the plot forward. But it's not realistic. You got to explain to me why these three men who were in different parts of the world all showed up at the exact same, literally the same time. They're all at the pier at the exact same time to get to the island. This makes no sense. Okay, the fact that Sophie did this, she sent these letters out without telling her fiance, the man she's gonna spend the rest of her life with. He didn't even know. That's not realistic. Did Donna, that she never questioned her mom about her dad? Who's my real dad, Mom? How come all the other kids here have dads that I don't? Oh, he was just a summer fling and he left. He never even knew about you. But okay, Mom, I guess that'll do for the next 20 years. No, that's not realistic either. Something this important would have driven a wedge between them. Okay, even if it didn't matter, even if she didn't really care who her real dad was, she would have cared that her mom kept it a secret from her. You see what I mean? That alone would have been the problem. And then when she got older, she'd be, oh, yeah, you know what, Mom, I was raised without a father, and that's your fault. But that never occurs to her. She didn't get mad at her mom for doing this. And the fact that her mom, Donna, is a slut, despite how they're trying to make us feel sorry for her, oh, it's just a hard life. She bullshitted her way into her life. She bullshitted these men. She bullshitted Bill's aunt. That's how she got the money to buy the villa, by lying to his aunt. Okay, and she lied to herself. And she lied to her best friends, Rose and Tanya. They didn't even know that it was one of three guys that was Sophie's real father. They didn't even know that. And they're her best friends. Just as old and ugly and as alcoholic as she is. You see what I mean? This isn't consistent with friendship. This isn't consistent with mother-daughter relationships. Now, if they had a horrible relationship, if mom and daughter had a horrible relationship, this would be consistent. Okay, but they don't. They absolutely love each other. And that hammer is driving that nail home. Like every 5 minutes, we're reminded about how much Donna loves her daughter and how much Sophie loves her mother. So that's not the issue. You see what I mean? Excuse me. You can't just show something without having a reason for it. It's got to be explained. And nothing's explained. The fact that none of these professional, wealthy men ever bother to check up on Donna. You know, that Bill never asked his aunt, well, where did my money go? Or never found out where his inheritance went. He never even went back to the island to find out that his aunt died. I mean, what the hell? This is not realistic. And we're just supposed to go with it because they sing ABBA songs? No. I need a real freaking story here. I need to know why. That's how a good movie is. They don't just tell you what happened, they tell you why it happened. Sometimes the why doesn't come until the end of the movie, which is fine. But I still need the why. I still need to understand why all these things are happening the way that they're happening. A good screenwriter can do that. There shouldn't be plot holes like this. I mean, this is ridiculous. How am I supposed to empathize with a woman who's a fucking whore, who bullshitted the men that she had sex with? So for her own ego. What, so she can prove to the world that she can do it all by herself? Even if that was her motivation, that's not fair to her daughter. But yeah, she's the hero. Donna's the hero of this movie? Fuck you. Donna's a fucking cunt. Oh, sorry. She's an old and ugly cunt. No, I ain't buying it. Excuse me. And because there's no men in this movie, no one questions her. No one gives her any pushback. No one ever comes up and goes like, "Why the fuck did you lie to me?" No one does that. They're all just passive. "Oh, hi, Donna, please, Donna, I'm trying to make it up. You take this money. I'm trying to make it up to you for not being there for Sophie. Donna, don't walk away from me. Donna, we gotta talk. Donna, please." That's how all the men are. There's no men in this movie. I don't let me start on Sky. Sky Ryman, are you out of your freaking mind? Oh, yes. Okay, that's Sky Ryman. That's the fiance. That's the guy who's going to marry Sophie. Yes, I just quoted him from the fucking movie. That's the first thing he says in this whole fucking movie. Oh, yeah. Just like that. Oh, yeah. His idea of a bachelor party is to hang out with a bunch of young men in Speedos and dance and climb mountains. Like they climb the cliffs and shit with the masks on and their Speedos. That's his bachelor party. Oh my God. All right. Moving right along. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view, okay? That's what I do here, all right? Let's get this damn movie over with. I'm getting sick of this movie, all right? Seriously. All right, so where did we leave off last time? The wedding. Okay, we're almost done. The wedding happens, okay? It's a modest wedding inside this Greek Orthodox church. Okay, you got the priest there. Most of the attendants at this wedding are all from the groom, from Sky's side of the family. Okay, Donna really is the only one there representing the bride side of the family, Sophie. Okay, the priest points this out to everybody. Hey, all of you that are here for Sky and the one person who's here for Sophie, you know, he does that. Of course, Donna stands up and corrects the priest. And no. Actually, my daughter's father is here. And then Sophie tells her, Mom, I know he's here. And then Donna says, how could you possibly know? I don't even know who your father is. She's like, I know, but I invited all the three guys here. You're the one. Like, what the fuck? Who else could have done it? You're supposed to be a smart woman, Donna. Okay, even your best friends didn't know that Sophie's dad was a possibility of 3 different guys. Even your best friends did not know that. I think her best friends assumed that it was Sam. But the point is, they were shocked when Donna told them, like the day before, like the day earlier, that the possibility of 3 men being Sophie's real dad, biological father. They were shocked to hear that. Okay, so no, even her best friends didn't know. So who the hell would know? The only person who could have figured it out and wanted to figure it out would have been Sophie. But yet Donna never came to that conclusion. She never asked her daughter, hey, did you invite your dads? Or none of that stuff. She never even told Sophie her whole childhood growing up that she was dating 3 guys at the same fucking time. She never even told her daughter that. Or around the same time. Nope. Sophie had to figure it all out by reading her mom's diary, which I guess she kept unlocked in some attic or something, where anybody could just walk in there and read it. Yeah. That's how Sophie found out. And based on those diaries that were written 21 years ago, she figured out where all of them live and what their jobs were and how to get a hold of them. You see what I mean? All right. So anyway, and then in the last video I said the sex positive thing, like this is one of those movies. I mean, all the chick flicks are this way now, but this is around the time when this movie came out, 2008, is when they really started driving home the whole sex positive thing for women, not for men. Women don't want men to be having lots of sex because they wouldn't be able to control a man who has options. You can't control a man like that. He'll just fucking leave you for another woman. Can't have that. Now, women, they are allowed now to be sex positive, especially today. That's why the whole freaking abortion thing is such a big deal. It's because women want to keep having sex. That way, if they accidentally get pregnant, they have options. You see what I mean? So the whole sex positive thing is for women only. They want to be able to have as much sex as possible with facing no judgments, no repercussions, no responsibilities, and still find a high value guy who's going to wife them up later on when they're ready. Okay? Because that's what's been promoted, and movies like this promote that message. You don't need a man. All you need is a Donna to take care of you. Because she's a boss bitch. You see what I mean? Don't need a man. And when the men do show up, they show up like this. Okay, 3 fucking pussies. 3 beta male pussies. Okay? Because that's what men are. Even Sophie's fiance is a beta male pussy. Okay? He doesn't even call off the wedding when his fiance tells him that she lied to him. He didn't even call off the wedding. Like, what the fuck is this? You see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. No men. And this is a perfect example of what Hollywood and the liberal dominated media wants you to think about straight men. We're all a bunch of pussies who can't do anything. We need a woman to tell us what to do. Now, the Hollywood promotes this image, the TV shows, the movies, the novels, all the streaming shows, they all promote this image. Even the shows that are not considered chick flicks promote this image. Okay? I mean, look at the MCU, look at Star Wars. They're all women boss around the men because the men are all stupid. Okay? It's not just chick flicks now. It's every media. But that's about to change. Okay? But the point, and it's movies like this, like Mamma Mia, that were the precursor to that. Okay? Yes, let's just send that message. Send that message. Women can do it all by themselves. Okay? They don't need a man for anything, right? Because they're so oppressed. You see what I mean? They can't even see the irony in what they're doing. So that's the message here in this movie. Okay? The sex positive. Women have much sex, but they don't want men to have as much sex, okay? Okay, now let's interject some realism into this thing. Okay, and the real life thing is that when women have lots of sex with lots of different guys, it lowers their value. I know you don't want to hear me say that, but it's fucking true. I know the boyfriend or your husband who's sitting right next to you ain't gonna fucking tell you that. He's probably gonna get up and leave the room right now. But it's fucking true. They don't want a woman with a fucking past like that. Your past doesn't matter. That was invented by women. Men don't actually believe that. The only men that believe that are the ones that were raised by single moms, and they're so desperate to get laid, they're willing to say anything to get the girl. They're so desperate for some pussy that they'll say anything. Your past doesn't matter to me. I love you and your 4 kids. You see what I mean? Those guys will say that and believe it because they can't do anything else. They can't get the fact that they're even talking to them. They think they're winning now, much less have sex with you. You see what I mean? But a real man, a man who actually has self-confidence and self-respect, is not going to be with a woman like that. Because your past does matter to him. You see what I mean? Your past does matter to him. And you're not going to get that in these movies. But you will get that in real life. You will get that in real life. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference between these movies and real life. I could care less about the singing and all that. That's fine. If you do it well, which this movie doesn't do well, because the actors in this movie cannot fucking sing. But if you do it well, fine. Okay, I like Grease. Grease was awesome. I loved Grease. All right? I loved Annie when I was a little boy. I loved that movie. I watch it with my son now, my little boy. Annie. Okay? That was a musical. Okay, the one from 1982, not the friggin' Jamie Foxx one with Cameron Diaz. Oh, fuck that noise. No. Okay, but that's what I'm talking about. Okay, if you want to do that, it's fine. I got nothing wrong with this movie being a musical. Okay, but it's just the fuckers can't sing. That's the biggest problem I have. They can't fucking sing. These are actors. You're not singers. Okay. The bigger problem I have with this movie, okay, is this message is promoting, okay, that men need to be pussies and not get laid, and women do get laid and don't be pussies, okay? Because that's bullshit. That's not real life. That's not real life. There are strong, tough, independent boss bitch women in real life. There's also a lot of fucking weak ones. And there's a lot more of the weak ones than there is the strong ones, just like with men. Hopefully that's going to change now because they took fathers out of the families. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's all women's fault. It's guys' fault too. But the point is that, you know, when you have everything going for you in your country, no wars, no nothing, right? You have easy times, and easy times make weak men. Weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. We've been going through a very weak time right now, and we're going through hard times right now. So it's time for the strong man to rise up. It's time we actually had movies that portray men as strong and confident. Because boys need to see that message. And you're not going to get that from watching this. And women need to see that too. You need to see a message about a guy who can handle shit. You know? A guy that can actually handle shit in life. Instead of just watching movies about guys who are fucking really good at singing for thousands of women. Thousands of little girls. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. All right. Anyway, so at this wedding, what do you call it? Sophie tells Donna, "Hey, listen, I invited the men here." Donna's all flabbergasted by this because it didn't fucking occur to her. Okay, and you know, and now if a straight guy had written this movie, there would have been there would have been negative consequences for Donna. Okay, not just guilt. Okay, like I said, the men would have been pissed off at her. They probably could have sued her, whatever. Okay, a lot of things could have happened. All right, but of course that's not going to happen because this movie's bullshit. All right, Sophie tells her mom, and this is exactly my point here about the sex positive shit. Sophie tells her mom, "I don't care if you slept with 100 men. You are still my mom, and I love you." Now that's true. That's true. I mean, I got no real problem with that. But the way it's said here is more like it doesn't fucking matter what you do with your life, because I'm still gonna love you. Okay, and that's not true for everybody. In this case, I will say it's true because I mean, a mother-daughter's love, okay, is sacred. You know, no matter what the mom does. I mean, even Luke Skywalker loved Darth Vader. Okay, despite what a piece of shit his dad was, he still loved him. Okay, and he still acted on that love. You see what I mean? So I understand that. There's nothing wrong with that, all right? But you've got to understand that not everybody is going to feel that way about you, okay? Somebody told me once that the only woman that's ever going to love you, Diego, the most ever, no matter what happens to you, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're fat, whether you're skinny, the only person that's ever going to love you unconditionally, completely unconditionally, is your mom, okay? So I can understand that. But the other side of the coin is no one else will. Okay? And that applies to men and it applies to women. Okay? Like I said, it's like when you do porn. It's like if you're a girl and you do porn, okay, you did it when you were 19, 20, 21, when you were young and hot, but you don't do that anymore. You're not about that life anymore. Okay? You're trying to be a social worker now. You're going to school. Okay? You just graduated from law school and you want to get a job at a law firm, right? And what happens when they pull up you fucking getting filled out like an application? Huh? What's going to happen when someone pulls that up and shows that to your employer? You're going to get fucking fired. Well, that was my past. No, your past will follow you around. You see what I mean? And Donna's a fucking whore, okay? Who fucked a lot of guys, got pregnant by one of them, lied about it. But now, since it's 20 years later, everything's okay, you know? She's a good girl. She's a good woman now. You can trust her now. She ain't a slut anymore. Fuck you. You know what Donna is? Low value, and I mean that by every sense of the word. Now, if she was a man, it'd be a little bit different because, you know, a man who owns, even though he'd be ugly, he owns a fucking villa in Greece. Okay, the fucker's gonna get laid. A man who owns a villa in Greece is gonna get fucking laid. A 58-year-old man who's not the best looking guy in the world, complains a lot, but he owns a fucking villa in Greece is gonna get fucking laid. It's gonna get pussy thrown his way. Okay, a woman that does that is not gonna get a lot of dick. You know why? Because men don't care about what she owns and where she owns it. What they really care about is what she looked like and what kind of personality does she have. And on that sense, okay, her character, basically. Okay, and on that sense, Donna fails both those two tests. She's a fucking slut, a liar, a complainer, a narcissist, full of self-pity, accepts no responsibility for her own actions, and on top of that, she's fucking ugly too. Whether she owns a villa doesn't fucking matter. Okay, the fact she owns a villa is not gonna get any dicks hard. Sorry, it ain't. All right, sorry. Moving right along. Okay, like I said, so Donna is immediately resolved, you know, and then she, you know, because her daughter's not mad at her, and that's all that really matters to Donna is that her daughter doesn't hate her, isn't mad at her for being a whore. She doesn't give a shit about whether the men that she fucked over are mad at her. She doesn't give a shit about that. It's her daughter, okay? And I understand her daughter's forgiveness is important, okay? But she also needs to at least give a shit about these 3 men that she fucked over as well, okay? And she doesn't. So I don't fucking feel sorry for her. Okay, and she reminds the priest that, oh, I didn't sleep with 100 men. Oh, what was it, 200? 250? How many was it, Donna? Now Sam stands up. Okay, Sam Pierce Bronson, okay, he stands up. He's all confused, okay? He ignores the fact that they're in the middle of a wedding ceremony. The vows are about to be spoken here. And Sam decides to take this moment to stand up. And he says, wait a minute. You mean Sophie could be mine? Or Bill's? Or Harry's? Yeah. So now, at the end of the fucking movie, does Mr. Multi-million-dollar architect in New York realize that the 2 guys he's been shacking up with on the boat also fucked Donna at around the same time that he did? And that they are also the potential fathers, biological fathers of Donna, just as he is. Now he fucking figured that out. He's so good at giving, you know, Sophie life advice on pursuing her art career and not wasting her life living on the villa and helping her mom out on the villa, okay? Or marrying for the wrong reasons. He's real good at that, but he's not good at fucking, you know, realizing that he wasn't the only guy that was fucking Donna at that time. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm supposed to believe that. Okay, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review. I thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.